Hi. Okay, so we've already done our toe area, and let me show you what mine looks like. Now I've gone ahead and gotten a stitch marker I'm going to put in the middle, and that's in case my stitches get closed up. I don't have to count it, I don't have to find where the middle of my sock is. But when you open up your toe like this, it's basically a circle. And that's how you want to start out a round toe. It basically wants to be pretty much a perfect circle. Now, since we've gotten all of our stitches, and I've done 56 because the person I'm making this sock for has narrow feet, so I only have 56 on our pattern stitches. And like I told you before, you can stop at 56, you can stop at 48. You can do, if you're using a DK, 48 stitches around is generally enough for most feet. If you get to the 64 and you want to do more with our round toe pattern, you just do another round of increases, and whatever the last number is for 64, then we'll do, let me see. So the last, you do a make one and then knit 7. If you want to put 72 stitches on, you'll do a make one and then knit 8. So that'll give you 72 stitches around. So basically, I'm finished with my toe area. Now, in order for us to go ahead and finish from this part to where we need to do our heel, let's talk about that for a moment. So I've gone ahead and drawn my foot. Now I do have a nice wooden foot example that I got from Burning Impressions. Hang on, let me go get that for you. Okay, so when I was learning how to do the Fish Lips Kiss, and you can heel, you can buy that pattern at Ravelry. It's $2.49 now. It used to be $1, but it's $2.49. It's a very nice pattern for a heel, and it makes the foot of your sock, the heel and the foot of your sock, just fit like just perfectly. Sometimes when you do the gusset, and then you have your turn, sometimes that gets a little bit wonky. It gets sloppy feeling. But the Fish Lips Kiss, there are others, and I'm working on others too. But this is a really nice pattern if you want to get it. I have a few little videos that will help you with it. But first of all, I wanted to tell you about this little foot. So what you do is on cardboard, you copy your foot, you do the measurements that she tells you to, and then burningimpressions.com. She will tell you exactly how she wants everything written out, the measurements that you need to send her, and then she will go ahead and cut this out of, it's wood, it's plywood, I guess, and then they finish it real nice. I have my name put on mine. So this is a really nice thing, especially if you're doing toe-up socks, because as you do toe-up socks, it'll work for cuff down too, but especially for toe-up socks, I can go ahead and slip this on and know that I don't have enough for my toe area, because that's where my toe area would quit. So I need to knit several more places to make this fit. So let's go ahead and talk about the measurements for that. If you trace your foot and then you find where the longest, like my middle toe right here is longest, I put a line there, and then at the back of my foot I put a line there. So I'm just using a piece of paper. I go ahead and take my ruler and I put it on here, and I have a 10. Now I generally wear a 10.5 shoe, but this says 10. And I think that's because I've had surgery on my toes and all kinds of surgeries. So 10 inches is the length of my foot. So when I look at that, what I want to do is I want to decide where I want to start my heel. And generally, with most people, you do 2.5 inches short before you start your heel. So this would make this 7.5 inches. So by the time I get ready to turn my heel, I want to be right about here. Now, because I have a high instep, which means that from the bottom of my foot to the top of my foot. It's higher than most people. So generally I go about a half an inch longer for myself. And these are things you have to know about your foot. If you have a relatively regular foot, I guess, you would go ahead and take the 2.5 inches off. But for me, I take 2 inches off, and then I will start my heel. So we're going to go ahead and knit. Make all of your measurements, find out how long your foot is, take either the 2 or the 2.5 inches off, and then this is how long you will want to knit the footbed of your sock before we are ready to do our heel. And basically what that means, if you're just doing a regular sock, you're just going to knit around and around and around and around until your sock, mine would be 7 inches long. So that's what your homework is for the next time. Go ahead and work on getting the footbed of your sock up to where you want to start. So I'm going to knit around until I get here. So that next time when we get together, we'll go ahead and talk about how to do a heel. And there are several ways to do a heel, but for this one, I'm going to show you how to do the heel flap and then turning the heel. And it's basically the same as when we went ahead and did it from the cuff down. You work the cuff, then you work your heel flap, then you turn your heel, and then you start picking up your gusset stitches. But we're going to do it in reverse. We're going to do the foot, we're going to do the heel flap, we're going to turn the heel, and then we're going to pick up for the gusset stitches. And your gusset will look a little bit backwards. So let's go ahead and get this work done for our next video, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.